faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Very tough loss. Tough loss for the Niners today. Um, credit to the Arizona Cardinals. They were just a better team today. And the 49ers defense gave them all they could handle. I think we were definitely the best team that has faced the Cardinals this year. The Cardinals were ranked high in a lot of offensive categories like total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, points scored. And we did a pretty good job on defense against the Cardinals, but got to give credit to the Cardinals. They made more plays in the first half and the second half, especially on offense. And you can play the best defense in the world, but if the offense can't put points up on the board, it's all for naught, unfortunately, because the defense they can't put up a better performance, and to only allow 17 points to one of the best offenses in the NFL, that's a statement in itself. But I gotta say, congrats, or I gotta say, props to Vance Joseph, the Cardinals defensive coordinator. He devised a great scheme to not allow big plays. Like there weren't really any big plays on the 49ers offense. And credit to the Arizona Cardinals coaching staff, Vance Joseph, and then also the Cardinals defensive line. They played exceptionally well. Especially they were able to jump up and bat some balls, down from Trey Lance. And the Cardinals they made more plays than we did at the end of the day. The 49ers, we definitely have a lot of work to do. Um, the penalties. Don't the Niners watch my show? What's going on, faithful? That was one of my keys to the game. Um, we can't we can't beat ourselves by committing penalties. Like this game was definitely the most penalties I had ever seen from a 49er football game in recent memory. Like it was ridiculous. Every time we would get a first down, uh, you know, or every time we got positive yardage on a play, there would be a flag. Very, very unfortunate. We lost 3 games straight. Started the season off 2-0, and now we've lost 3 games straight. Um, I think Trey, he did run the ball a lot. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but he ran the ball a lot. I don't like the runs where he runs up the middle from shotgun. I like more of his when he improvises and he has to run. I like that more than running up the middle or zone reader good when you run to the outside. But um, disappointing loss for sure. And we got a lot of work to do. But Trey, he's a rookie. It's the type of performance I expected. Obviously, I thought it would be a much higher scoring game, but both defenses came to play. And at the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. Um, you know, I think we beat ourselves a lot, especially with the penalties that definitely hurt us. But I gotta say, congrats to the defense. Nick Bosa had a sack. DJ Jones had a sack. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. DJ Jones had a sack. Dante Johnson. I know, Dante Johnson is terrible in a lot of people's eyes, but hey, at least he forced a turnover. At least Dante Johnson had the presence of mind to punch that ball out at Chase Edmonds. We need more turnovers on defense, man. We haven't had a turnover prior to this game since Dre Greenlaw week 1 against Detroit. And Dante Johnson had the presence of mind to punch that ball out, get a fumble, and get the ball back to the offense. But the offense just wasn't good enough today. 10 points, you're not going to beat any team in the NFL just by scoring 10 points. There were opportunities at the goal line, but we just didn't capitalize on them. Some say play calling. Sure, that's part of it, but part of it's execution. You got to be able to execute the play. And the Cardinals did an excellent job on third downs. I think we were we converted less than like 30 or 40% of our third downs. That's definitely not winning football. And on fourth down, we were just terrible. I think we only converted maybe one fourth down out of like 4 or 5 tries. That's just not good enough. That's not going to get it done, faithful. It's not going to get it done. Let's say what's up to the people in them comments. Let's see. We have Niner Faithful. What's good? He says Pain. Yeah, it was a tough loss because the defense played so well. Defense played so well. I mean, you can't ask the defense to play better than that, right? Like I know Josh Norman, he was beat on several plays, but he's going up against a top 3, top 4 wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. I expect DeAndre Hopkins to make plays on the best of the best corners, and Josh Norman clearly he's not that. But what was disappointing about Josh Norman was the penalties. The penalties just hurt us. That was disappointing. But I'm looking forward to when we play the Cardinals again a month from now. Hopefully we'll be healthier. Hopefully maybe we'll have another running back. Hopefully Kittle will play. I didn't see Trey target Dwelly much. I think Dwelly maybe had 1 catch. But the Cardinals did a good job. They did a good job not allowing many big plays on the offensive side of the ball. Shout out to Blue True. Appreciate that $5 super chat, Blue True. Blue True says, tough loss, Niner Empire. It's got to get better next week. Faithful, hang in there, Jay and chat. I appreciate the words, Blue True. Jag, what's good? Appreciate that $5 super chat. Jag says, hey, Jay in the Bay, I thought Trey played well, but the holding calls killed us. Shanahan made some questionable calls. I think, the penalties, I've never seen that many flags being called on us. I've never seen that many. It was more. We had more than double-digit number of penalties. It was just ridiculous. It was like every other play. It was ridiculous. But that goes into discipline. That goes into playing disciplined football, and we didn't do that today. We did not play disciplined football. People could talk about the play calling, but when there's penalties every other play, it's just ridiculous. How can you move the ball? But I appreciate that $5 super chat, Jag. But I think for the most part, he played well. Trey played well for a rookie. There's definitely some things that he brings to the offense that Jimmy doesn't. And I like to see those things, but we just got to put more points up on the board. Definitely have to put more points up on the board. That's for sure. Niner Faithful says, I hope the 49ers at least make a trade for a nice cornerback at the deadline. We definitely could use a cornerback, but I don't know if the 49ers want to use draft capital to obtain a player. We don't have a first-round pick last year. I don't know if it would be wise to trade some of our draft capital next year for a player this year. I don't know if that's a wise thing to do, unless that player is under contract for a few more years, then maybe, but I would be surprised if the 49ers did that. David Renteria, what's good? I know DR is very happy. He is a Arizona Cardinals fan. You guys were the better team today, and you guys deserve to win. You guys made more plays when you needed it, and we beat ourselves a lot. We beat ourselves with penalties. We couldn't really convert on third or fourth downs, and we couldn't convert in the red zone. So I tip my hat to them good old AZ Cards. Y'all were the better team tonight, and I'm looking forward to playing you guys again a month from now. David Renteria says the only reason we were struggling because of injuries. We lost a lot of players, but good game, 5-0, baby. Yeah, the Cardinals, they played just well enough. Who knows if there were injuries? I just felt like the Niners defense did an excellent job in bottling up Kyler Murray. We kept him in the pocket, and we were, and I think the Cardinals offense was pretty much one-dimensional. They couldn't really run the ball that effective because Cardinals offense was one of the best in running the ball. We slowed down their run for sure. It would have been nice if the 49ers could have ran the ball more, but that didn't play out that way. And the Cardinals 5-0. They're still the last undefeated team in the NFL, but hey, they earned it. They played better. Redder, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Redder. I appreciate everyone. Leave a thumbs up on the live stream, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to your boy Jay in the Bay. I would appreciate that. And let's see. Redder says it was close though. Yeah, it was close, but couldn't make enough plays, man. Titan Troll, what's good? Hey man, it's a tough loss today. It was good to see Trey out there. Good to see Elijah Mitchell back. We definitely missed him the last few weeks, but it just wasn't good enough. Cardinals made more plays than us. Payo time, what's good? Payo time says, "Hey Jay, tough loss. Cards are a good team. Yeah, the Cards are a really good team. We could have pulled that out." And now we go into the bye week, 2 wins and 3 losses. We have a lot of work to do. And we have a lot of areas to improve in. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. Payo Time says the Niners better be watching your show. Tell me about it, Payo. I mean, I told him, Payo. I told him, man, you can't get all these penalties. Let's see. The turnover. Let's see. I knew Trey Lance would throw an interception. I knew that. I knew he would throw an INT. I just knew that. And unfortunately, he did on the first drive. The ball was high to Travis Benjamin. Maybe we attribute that to jitters, nervousness, whatever. But I knew he would throw at least one interception. And other than that, I think that was the only turnover, I think. But, the penalties were out of control. Way too many penalties. Enjoy my world. What's good? Who would have thought the good old ATL Falcons and the 49ers would have the same record after 5 games? I did not think I would see that come to fruition. Enjoy my world. For those that don't know, Enjoy my world is ATL Falcons fan. We played them good old ATL Falcons this year. I'm looking forward to that game. But yeah, very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate that we lost the game. I think the Falcons won today, too. Falcons won today. Hey, Zeus, what's good? He says, Trey with that slow/telegraph delivery gets ball batted down. Yeah, that's a great observation. That's definitely something that Trey's going to have to work on because the defensive line, I don't know how many times. It seems like 3, 4, maybe 5 times they batted the ball down. And that was unfortunate to see. You don't see that much batted balls down when Jimmy's in there. And but hey, they're different quarterbacks, but that's something that Trey is going to have to work on. That's for sure. Matt Navarro, what's good? He says we are terrible. I would say there are definitely areas we need to improve on. Expectations were really high for Trey. A lot of people, we know the story. A lot of people wanted, Trey Lance to start from day one. And I was, I had never seen him play an NFL down. We know what Jimmy can bring to the table. We'll see what Jimmy's status is following Sunday Night Football against Indianapolis in 2 weeks. But, he's a rookie. He's got growing pains. And the penalties, definitely, we got to play more disciplined football. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot of work to do. Young hitter, what's good? He says, what a game. Very unfortunate to be on the losing end of that game, that's for sure. Jesus says Trey and coaching staff should have fixed his mechanical flaws long ago. That's a great point. I wonder if the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, and Kyle Shanahan, how do they feel about his delivery? Do they feel his delivery is a problem? If it is a problem, why haven't they worked on that? That would be a question I have for the coaching staff. 49er Faithful says, I'll give Trey a C- to C for this game. Yeah. I think that's, yeah. And I think he'll only get better. I think the Cardinals did a good job defending Trey. They didn't allow many big plays. Trey, he didn't really throw the ball deep that often. I think he might have thrown 1 or 2, maybe 3 balls deep I thought we would see more deep throws from Trey. But these are growing pains. Trey's going to get better. It's just going to take time, and I think that's part of the reason why I wanted Jimmy G to start, because these growing pains that we'll have to endure now, we wouldn't have to endure with Jimmy. But Jimmy wasn't playing his best. Let's be real. Jimmy was struggling as well. Um, some would say, hey, this is not a Super Bowl team. Uh, it seems, it seems hard to really think that the Niners right now are a Super Bowl team. Granted, it's still early. We have the bye week. Hopefully, we get some work done, but we got to get better. We have Indianapolis coming in here, Levi Stadium on Sunday Night Football prime time. Looking forward to that game, but the Colts are not going to lay down for us. That's for sure. We have to be ready, and it'll be interesting to see how this team plays at home. We have yet to win a home game this year, but will this team be motivated to play? Will this coaching staff have this team fired up, ready to go? So that'll be interesting to see in front of the world. Young Hitter says defense did good, just too many penalties. I agree, man. You can't really ask the defense to play better than that. So definitely can't ask them to do more. Jesus says the growing pains are so frustrating. I agree, Jesus. That's why Shanahan, even though he traded up to 3, he kept Jimmy on the team. But Jimmy, he's been inconsistent with his accuracy. And I wonder if Jimmy was starting, will we have more than 10 points? I don't know. We'll never know. But the high end for Trey, he's athletic. He's got the arm, makes plays with his legs. But with all that, we only garnered 10 points. Now with steady Jimmy, we've scored more, but we've also struggled as well. So, I guess, but this could be why Shanahan says, hey, Trey's not ready. We should roll with Jimmy. This could be a reason why Shanahan says that, but we'll see how Jimmy is as far as his recovery with his calf. At this point, I don't know. Do you stick with Trey now, or you go back to Jimmy? That is a great question. And I'm honestly, I don't know. I mean, Jimmy hasn't looked great. He did get us 2 wins, or he helped us in getting us 2 wins, but also he was part of the reason why we've lost 2 straight. So Titan Troll says, what's up, Jay and the Bay? Go Titans, man. Good luck to your Titans. Malcolm Calvin, what's good? That's a nice avatar you got there, Michael. He says the defense was on point for what it was given. Yeah, I would agree. The defense was definitely on point. You can't ask the defense to play better than what they did. This is one of the best offenses in the NFL, in the Arizona Cardinals. We only allowed 17 points in their home stadium, but the offense just wasn't good enough. Too many penalties. Not able to convert on 3rd and 4th downs. We were the number 1 team as far as scoring in the red zone this year, and we couldn't get in the red zone. I think we only got in the red zone, what was that, one time, I believe? Got in the red zone one time, I think, or was it twice? I think maybe it was twice. But couldn't convert in the red zone while we were there. That was unfortunate. But we had opportunities. Even with all the penalties, we had opportunities we couldn't capitalize. Michael says, is he available, Fitzgerald? I think Larry Fitzgerald is retired. He's retired. Redder says, Juju got hurt, man. That's very, very, very unfortunate, man. Hopefully it's not too serious. John, what's good? John says, Trey did good for a rookie, in my opinion. I think we should keep Trey as the starter to give him experience and let him continue to develop. What you say makes a lot of sense. But I don't know if Shanahan will do that. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would have to say after the first 4 games with Jimmy starting, am I confident in Jimmy even if he comes back? Not really. I mean, his last game, he had that great first drive, took us down in the end zone, scored a touchdown, and then he was hurt after that first drive, and he hasn't really been the same. So, I don't know. Jag says we should have run the ball a bit more to make it easier for Trey. I agree with that. It was good to see Elijah Mitchell out there. We didn't see Trey Sermon until I think the 4th quarter. Fern, what's good? Fern says, Jay, what happened to Kirkpatrick? He played good last game. Don't like Norman starting. Yeah, I would agree. I think D-Hop is going to make a lot of corners look silly, but what's hard to accept are the penalties. And I'm not sure why a switch was not made. Maybe put Emmanuel Mosley on D-Hop, or maybe Mosley only stays on a certain side of the field. That's probably what it is. But I don't think Drake Kirkpatrick played today. I don't think. I'm trying to remember. All I remember seeing out there was basically Mosley and Norman. And I'd really have to look back at it because honestly, I don't even really remember seeing Lenore. It seemed like the Niners were running a lot of, they had Warden and Tart at the safety position. They had Mosley and Norman at the corners. And then it seemed like they were running a lot of 3 and 4 linebackers. So, or maybe 3, because they had Warner, they had Shahir, and I saw a lot of, Hufunga was out there, and also, what was the other linebacker's name? Marcel Harris. So they weren't really using a lot of corners today, and that scheme worked. Obviously Dante Johnson was out there. He had the strip, and shout out to Dante Johnson for creating a turnover. We need more defensive players to create turnovers, and Dante Johnson did that. But yeah, it seemed like that scheme worked though, with only those 3 corners working, playing the majority of the game. That scheme worked. It helped keep Kyler Murray in check. We kept him in the pocket. Our ends kept contained, so they did an excellent job in that area. I can't speak more highly of the defense. They did an excellent job. I would take that defensive outing every week. Only allow 17 points to one of the best offenses in the NFL. So I would definitely take that any day of the week. Chase Claypool, what's good? We got a superstar in the building. Jerome 43-100. What's good? He says Kyle did not coach good today. What plays are you specifically talking about? Because I think we do have to hold the players accountable as well. This is professional football. And when you have that many penalties, is that coaching? Is that players? Like, the players have to hold some accountability as well. I mean, it's easy to say, oh, we didn't get that 4th down. That was a bad play call. I mean, I guess it's easy to second guess in that way. But because when the Niners win, I never hear, oh, Kyle called a great game. Whenever the 49ers win, you never hear that. So, you have to, if the 49ers win, I think they're not winning in spite of Kyle Shanahan's play calling. I don't think so. Now, when the 49ers lose, that's what I always hear. The play calling was bad by Shanahan. But what about the players? They hold some responsibility as well. Mohamed Sanu had a tough non-catch. It was a 3rd down. Trey Lance threw him a catchable ball. Sanu dropped it. That's not on Shanahan. No one says, hey, that was a great play call, but it just wasn't executed. And that's what I look at play calling as. It's about execution. The coach, I believe in Shanahan. If the coach calls a play, it's because he thinks it's going to be successful. The players got to execute that. We got to hold them accountable too. Can't just be always on the coach. Players got to execute as well. Sean, what's good? He says, wow, that could have been a better game, but the Niners fought hard. No giving up. They did fight hard. As I said before, the defense played as good as they can play. They actually forced a turnover in this game, so that's pretty cool. But the offense got to do better. Point blank, offense has to be a lot better. We're not going to win many games. We're not going to be a playoff team if we can only score 10 points a game. And we had opportunities, we just couldn't capitalize on them. John says Trey needs to learn how to slide. You're absolutely right. Like, I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, he's got to learn how to slide. This is not college anymore. And, if you're going to do that, like that play on the goal line where he ran in the end zone, if you're going to do that, maybe, hey, Jimmy, take a page out of Jimmy G book. I know probably most people wouldn't recommend this, but if you're going to try to score a touchdown, maybe you should jump in the air. You're not going to be able to run over. Your odds of scoring a touchdown are much higher if you jump in the end zone than if you try to bulldoze 3 defensive players. Most likely, you're not going to score a touchdown. Not many players in the NFL are going to score a touchdown by running over 3 defenders. That's most likely not going to happen. But there were opportunities for us in the red zone. We didn't capitalize. And the Cardinals, they wanted to give us the game, man. They wanted to give it to us, but we couldn't take it. We could not take the game, man. We could not take the game. Travis Berg Jr., what's good? He says, hang in there, buddy. Yeah, 2-3 going into the bye. I mean, we got to play more disciplined football, and we got to execute. Young Hitter says offense needs to get these points. I agree, man. Totally agree. Chase Claypool, I told y'all we got a superstar in the building. He says, I'm the best wide receiver on the Steelers, and it ain't close. You're probably right about that. You are right about that. Jerome says Kyle's ego will ruin Trey. Too many run plays. Yeah, I mean, Trey had like at least 15 runs, probably more, maybe like 15 to 18 runs. That was a lot. I was kind of surprised by that. And you mentioned play calling earlier. I don't like those shotgun design runs for Trey. They just don't seem to be too successful. I would rather, if you're going to do the zone read option, have Trey either fake it to the running back or keep it and run to the outside, than going up the middle, running, towards defensive linemen. But for whatever reason, that's what Shanahan wants to call. I don't like those type of plays. They just don't seem successful to me. But but you're right. Shanahan did not call a perfect game. He's got to improve too, but the team has to improve on execution as well. Jag says we just use this week off for us to work on the game plans for the Colts game, get healthier. I would agree. That's the mindset to have. Bay Area throwbacks. What's good? He says with the injuries we have, I guess it's a good time for a bye week. I would agree. Good time for a bye week. Extra week for Kittle. He's only expected to miss 3 games. We'll see the status of Jimmy G. I know a lot of fans would say keep Trey or keep Jimmy in as starter. If it was my choice, if I had my druthers, I mean, I guess why not stick with Trey? I mean, at this point, what do you have to lose? I don't have that much confidence, honestly, in Jimmy. He's been too inconsistent. But we'll see what Shanahan decides. Chase says, who were the key players out? So on the 49ers, Kittle, that was the main injury. George Kittle was out. Our best offensive playmaker, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. He was out for this game. Of course, we already had Jason Barrett out and, several other players, but Kittle was the biggest player, most notable player, most productive player who was out for sure. So hopefully Kittle will be back the next time we play the Cardinals. We play the Cardinals in about a month. Jerome says Kyle don't know what he is doing. Kyle's not ready. Interesting. So you don't believe in Shanahan as a head coach. I respect your opinion. But I disagree. But I respect your opinion, man. Jerome says stick with Trey Lance. I can ride with that. Sure, why not? Jerome says Jimmy's a joke. Kyle can't coach. Chase Claypool says you guys almost beat the best team in the NFL, though. It was really close, right? It was really close. For all the things that we did wrong, for all the the negative plays, all the penalties, we weren't effective on third or fourth down. We were really, really close. And that's why honestly these last few games it's been weird because we've been able to stay close with teams, but it didn't feel like a 17-10 loss. Like for me, it felt more. Like it felt like not we got blown out, but it just didn't seem like it was a touchdown game. But we were very close in basically the last 3 games. And one way to look at it is, hey, we stood toe to toe with one of the best teams in the NFL, in the Arizona Cardinals. And then another way to look at it is, hey, we were terrible. The offense was terrible. Penalties, didn't execute. So there's a few ways you can look at it, but maybe tomorrow I'll look at it as, hey, we stood toe to toe with one of the best teams in the NFL. We were without our best tight end. Hey, that's one way to look at it. Blue True says Debo did good. Yes, Debo Samuel did good. He continues to be one of the best offensive players on the 49ers. Elijah Mitchell did good. I'm trying to think. I mean, Dwelly had a catch. Ayuk, he had a catch. But there weren't too many big plays. I thought Trey had some solid plays, but it just wasn't enough. Jag says, if Jimmy is healthy, I think Shanahan will start Jimmy. Trey got good experience against good defense. You're probably right. Shanahan has been riding Jimmy because, hey, he's the veteran, established veteran. So I wouldn't be surprised if Shanahan starts Jimmy. And then the 49er fans can continue to argue about Jimmy versus Trey, for the rest of the season. Arun Singh, what's good? Appreciate if you guys can leave a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. He says, where is Samson Ibuka? I don't know, man. Your best guess is as good as mine, man. I have no idea where Samson is at. He was in the game, but I don't know if he made any tackles or any sacks today. But Samson needs to step up. I don't know if Arden Key played today. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Arden Key even played today. But yeah, Samson's got to step up. I would definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Let's see. Jerome says fourth and 1 plays were terrible. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Especially that run with Juice Check up the middle where he took the snap. When Trey is in there, why not, let him have the ball in his hands on the 4th and 1? Why not do a rollout? Have some tight ends go his way or run post patterns or in routes, and he rolls out to his right, and the tight ends will run in front of him, and then you'll have one over the top, run a post route, one run an in route, one run a quick out, like whatever. Do something like that where you have him rolling out using his athleticism to his advantage. I would have liked to see that, but I agree with you. Those 4th and 1 plays, they weren't very well. You could say they weren't executed or they were just bad play calls, but I would have to agree with that. Yeah, Chase Claypool says Debo was solid. Chase Claypool also says, I think Lance would stay starter because you need to get him more experience, and I think he can improve and learn from this game and be motivated. I agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Sean, what's good? He says, at least the kicking game stepped up. Yeah, you're right about that. Mr. Sly came in. He made a field goal and he made an extra point. He did his job. Sean says, I thought Travis Benjamin was supposed to take the top off. Yeah, I didn't see that. I was surprised he was in on so many offensive plays. I mean, you got Sherfield, you got Ayuk. But I guess those are the starting wide receivers, right? Ayuk, Debo, Sherfield, Sanu, and then I guess there's Travis Benjamin. So, yeah, what was something that was surprising to me was Trey didn't throw deep that much. That was kind of surprising. Jerome says, Steve Young, the next 49ers coach. Interesting. I appreciate your passion, Jerome, but he has no head coaching experience. He's never even coached in the NFL. I still believe in Kyle Shanahan. I still believe in Shanahan. He's not going anywhere. We just signed him to a contract extension. I don't think he's the entire issue. Can he be better? Yeah. I think everyone on the offense today could have been better. So it's not just one person's fault why we lost, that's for sure. John says, if you think we have a Super Bowl team and we have a shot this year, keep Jimmy G as starter. If not, put Trey in now to get the growing pains over with. Yeah, I agree. And I think Shanahan still feels that Jimmy gives the team the best chance to win, so he'll probably stick with Jimmy as a starter. But, yeah, these growing pains are tough. But it is good to see Trey out there. But, it's going to definitely be some struggles, that's for sure. Randy, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. Well, Niners lose 17-10. I wanted to go over some of the stats. So the 49ers today, on third downs, we converted 3 out of 11 opportunities on third downs. That's definitely not a recipe for success. That's why you lose games. Fourth down, we converted 1 of 5 opportunities. That's not going to get it done. It's not good enough, point blank. Trey Lance was 15 of 29, so he completed about 50% of his passes. That's terrible. That's putrid. You're not going to win many games like that. We know he's a rookie. The Niners did run the ball 28 times. We averaged 5.4 yards per rush. And, that's pretty good per yard carry average. It says here we only had 7 penalties, which is surprising. It seemed like it was a hell of a lot more penalties, that's for sure. And we actually won the time of possession by 3 minutes. And, I think if we would have been able to convert more on third downs, have less penalties, this could be a different game for sure. Definitely could be a different game. But now we're 2-3. We head into the bye week. And then in 2 weeks, we'll play the Colts. 2 weeks from today, actually, we'll play the Colts, Sunday Night Football. So I appreciate everyone coming on to the stream. I'm going to try to do a stream tomorrow night. I might have a guest on. I will confirm that with them tonight, and then you'll see a thumbnail up soon, and then we'll talk about the game. I'm probably going to watch the game again just to see if I missed anything. And so Jerome says McGlinchey killed our drives. Yeah, you're right. McGlinchey did not have his best game. There's no doubt about that. There were some holding penalties on him. Trent Williams didn't have a great game as well. We know he played and he wasn't, I'm sure, 100% healthy, but Trent Williams did not have his best game either. And, Brunskill, I saw him give up some plays. So Blue True, I appreciate that $10 super sticker, Blue True. You are too kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate your contributions to the Jay InTheBay YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Shout out to Jag as well for the super chat. I appreciate that. You guys are too kind. And, we just got to get better. Can't beat ourselves with penalties. Those are one of Jay's keys to the game. Don't the Niners players and coaches watch the show? I mean, come on. But I appreciate everyone coming through. Shout out if you watch on Jay InTheBay Facebook. on Jay InTheBay YouTube channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, Jerome. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate your contributions to the show, as well as everyone else who contributed one way or another in the stream tonight. This is a tough loss. And maybe I'll have a stream tomorrow night with a special guest, and we will go over the game. I will get that person's thoughts. It's always good to hear another 49ers fan thoughts of the game. And I appreciate that, Libby's World. What's good? Appreciate the kind words. I'm getting ready to go watch Sunday night game, Bills and Chiefs. That should be an excellent game. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Sunday night. Have a productive work week. Tomorrow is Monday. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Go Niners. And like the background says, faithful, always. Go Niners.